What are you guys going to be doing this weekend?
Sam will lead off.
Yeah. So this weekend, I have a baby room to finish.
Oh.
So Sarah is not working today. So if she's watching, she's supposed to be working on the baby room right now. So hopefully a lot of that's taken care of by the time I get off work. So let's cross our fingers.
Let me tell you what she's actually doing. Making some good chili for tonight.
No, she's watching 10 of 10, obviously. What are you doing this weekend?
I am going to go to Barnes & Noble.
That
Find a
$50 gift card?
Use that gift card I got. Get a couple good books. Maybe, get lost in a book this weekend. That's going to be the pretty much the highlight of it.
I have a question for Barnes & Noble, if they're watching today.
They always are.
Why are the movies at Barnes & Noble so expensive? Have you ever looked at their DVD section?
No.
They're ridiculously expensive.
Why would...
Go look. I challenge you to go look. Barnes & Noble, they sell Blu-ray DVDs. You can buy them at Walmart for, a Blu-ray DVD, $20 or something like that. I don't know, for a movie. You go to Barnes & Noble and they're like $35.
Why would you go to Barnes & Noble to buy a movie?
That's my thinking why they charge so much. Because Barnes & Noble is like, why are you coming to Barnes & Noble to buy movies? And they do it on purpose. I don't know. It makes no sense to me.
Would you go to Famous Dave's and ask for a burger?
I'm sure they've gotten the question. Well, so
I'm sure it's really expensive.
He's so dumb. Stop. That's enough.
Okay,
that's
enough. It's not 12 o'clock yet. We're so much time.
You want to do the intro, or you want me to?
Hey, everybody! Thank you for joining us today at this week's edition of KMS 10 at 10. I am TEA. This is Sam Thorson. He's content specialist here today. Thank you for joining us today. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the web browsers on our phones and the updates that we're starting to see with those. And Sam's going to be talking about.
And I'm going to be talking about our intern right now, Bronson, wrote a wonderful blog yesterday on recent updates to the platform Facebook.
Oh.
And so I'm going to be recapping some of the highlights that he pointed out in his blog. And I'm also going to be talking about, if we have time, I'm going to be talking about a couple of tips that you can use to more effectively create content. So we'll see if we have that. If you have any questions about content, or if you've noticed any changes, or if you noticed any impact that you've been receiving because of Facebook's new update, please comment, because I'd like to talk about that and see how businesses are being affected by the new update. So with that being said, I say we jump into it. Before we jump into it, I think we should mention that the first annual Social Media Marketing Academy is going to be on February 15th.
February 15th.
You can go online and read more about it. You can register for it. You can attend. I think a couple of us will be speaking at it. Maybe I'm pretty sure.
We'll put the link.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the comments so you can read more about it. But check that out because you can register for it, and it is here in Sioux Falls.
Yeah. So should I jump to my first topic?
Yes.
So I'm going to be talking about Chrome, Google Chrome web browser, and also Apple Safari's web browser today. And first, just some updates that they've rolled out or going to be rolling out and how it affects marketers. So starting with Google Chrome, they're going to stop showing ads on the websites that have non-compliant ad experiences starting February 15th. So what does that mean? Non-compliant ad experiences is standards that are set for the Coalition for Better Ads that basically include anything that makes user experience worse. So those would be full-page interstellars or just full-page ads, automatic sounds playing right away as soon as you visit the page, or anything flashing, like flashing ads. So if your website currently just uses those only to monetize and bring value to your company, they're going to start automatically blocking you from being able to show ads to those people. Now, this is important because there's a lot of people already trying to install ad blockers and stuff like that so they don't have to see those ads when they visit websites. And what Chrome is trying to do is get ahead of the bunch and say, you don't have to install ad blockers. We'll go ahead and remove all of the messy ads that get you all riled up and upset that you want to install Chrome blocker. So that way, user experience stays positive and people are still able to make money off ads.
Yeah.
The ad environment continues to grow, but user experience continues to flourish as well.
Yeah.
So, do you use Google Chrome?
I use Google Chrome. I like Google Chrome.
Do you use the ad blocker?
No, I don't use the ad blocker. I don't use the ad blocker mostly because I just don't want to take the time to. I've never been so annoyed with an ad where I need to make that decision. Like I've never been so offended or annoyed by an ad where I say I never want to see you again. So I've never had that experience. So maybe I'm having a little bit better user experience, but they've never been too much of a hindrance to me. So that's why I've never installed it anyways.
I've only ever installed an ad blocker for one website, and that was NFL.com.
I mean, I believe it. I don't know.
Wanted to watch a video, and then every other video there's a 2-minute ad, and for a 30-second video, and
there's a fine line, and I think websites and browsers are constantly on this line of, they need to generate revenue, and ads is how they do that, but they need to deliver, the quality content, that quality messaging to the right audience at the right time. And as far as businesses are concerned, that's a great resource. It's a distribution method that they can get their information out in front of people. So it's beneficial for the browsers to look at, I think it's beneficial for them to look at these situations and say, okay, how can we better connect with our audience? Because that's, I think, going to help the businesses as well. Because if businesses are trusting the browser's targeting to put their information out there, and that targeting is inaccurate, that's why people are installing the ad blocker, because they're so annoyed. And that hurts the businesses too. That's not what they want to do. They don't want to spend their money and pay and put their creative just to have it be in front of the wrong person.
yeah.
So I think ultimately everybody's benefited by this. And if you look at advertising, especially the online advertising ad, I think it's like truest sense. It's putting the right information, what you're interested in, so that you can learn more about stuff that you might find interesting. And so if that's the goal, if that's what they're trying to do, they have my support.
100%, I'm behind it.
Yeah.
That starts February 15th from Google Chrome. So
Wait, February 15th? You mean the same time as the Social Media Marketing
the
Academy?
same time. I wonder if somebody's going to talk about it. Oh, we'll see. We will see.
Very good.
All right,
Should we move on?
let's do it. Topic number 2.
Okay, so second topic, my first topic, like I mentioned earlier, our intern Bronson wrote a wonderful a blog yesterday on Facebook's recent announcement about its algorithm updates to the newsfeed, and basically how it's going to affect businesses and people. And I think it basically boils down to this. Can you see it?
RIP.
It's basically the death of organic reach for businesses, and that's, I think, in the truest sense, that's what the announcement said. Facebook recently announced, Mark Zuckerberg in a post recently announced that a goal for Facebook in 2018 is to prioritize family and friends content over brands and businesses. And if you look at, the beginning of Facebook and how it started, that's really, where it came from. It was friends and family posting and engaging with it. And pretty soon businesses came along and they said, this is a great opportunity to put our information, our material in front of our audience, in front of our followers for free. So that's where the term organic comes from. In social media, there's 2 types of posts. There's paid and organic. Paid is any sort of post that has money behind it. So think of a boosted post or a paid sponsorship on Facebook. That would be a paid post. Organic is something that you or I would post or a business would post and put no money behind it. Now, when Facebook first came out, if a business had a Facebook page and say they had 1,000 followers, right away when Facebook came out, they could expect it to post something on their timeline and 80% of the people who follow their page see that post. Mm-hmm. Great organic reach. And that's great for businesses. But what happened is as more businesses started, getting their own Facebook profiles and more people started flooding the news feeds with content, that organic reach went down because those businesses had more competition to get in front of their followers. And eventually what kind of has been happening is what led up to this announcement is that every time you checked out your Facebook newsfeed, it was going to be all businesses and all what they were posting, what they were doing. So this recent announcement basically said that businesses are, I think it boils down to businesses are going to have to pay. They're going to have to pay to reach more, to reach their audience. So regardless of how many followers they have to pay. So it was a really interesting article, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be a big change for businesses to have to really think about how they want to use social media, especially how they want to use Facebook. So I don't know, do you have any thoughts on it?
Yeah, I started out using Facebook for the reason that they're going with it now. You know, want to connect with families and friends and not really connect with any businesses. But just last year, I started following more businesses in order to keep a tab on like where they are, how can I reach them, if they have any special promotions and stuff like that. Yeah. So now the reason I use Facebook is going to become obsolete in 2018, essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
Unless these businesses start paying to play.
Yeah, I think that's what it's going to be. I think.
So it brings a question. I know we talk about this a lot, but like, what about like food trucks or mobile businesses? They go on the move. They can't just post, "Hey, we're in Key Media's parking lot right now."
Yep.
And expect
everyone to see it.
Yeah,
that's one of the challenges. So I think people are going to start to get really creative, and I think businesses can do one of two things. They can either say, Facebook is not working for me, it is not what it used to be, and I need to find a different social media platform to reach my audience if they want to maintain a social presence. Or they can take this as an opportunity to try something different, to step outside of what they have been doing and reach their audience in a much different way. So if you haven't been doing videos, it might be a good time to get into videos. Or if you have so your food truck example, maybe you have frequent customers. Try including them in posts and tagging them and encouraging them to share your content. Because ultimately what Facebook determines what's good and what's bad is by how much engagement a post gets. So if a post is getting more likes, if it's getting more shares, if people are commenting on it, it's going to perform better, and it's going to show up on more people's news feeds. So leave a comment below and like this video.
So food truck can do something like, "Hey, everybody who shares this post, we'll pick one and they'll get a free..."
No. I'm going to stop you there because you can't do that.
Make sure.
No.
That somebody doesn't get that idea.
Yeah, because another Facebook update, I'm glad you brought that up, because another recent Facebook update said that it's going to penalize posts for encouraging interaction.
Okay.
So what I was talking about was tag people in your posts. If you post about, I'm doing a 10 at 10, maybe I might share it and say, "Tia, it was awesome to be on 10 at 10 with you," and I tag you in the post, encouraging you without saying it to, like it, to maybe share it to your audience as well. What I cannot do, and what businesses cannot do, is they cannot basically run contests anymore. They cannot say, who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? Minnesota Vikings or, the Patriots? And that's also my prediction for who's going to be in the Super Bowl. And, so it'd be thumbs up for Vikings, smiley face for, or a heart for Patriots.
Yeah.
You can't do that anymore because it's basically clickbait, encouraging people to falsely interact with your post for the purpose of it generating more.
After the algorithm?
Yeah, after that. So you really have... it all comes down to the quality of information that you're posting. Encourage people to like and share it just by making it interesting. That should be the goal, right? And that's easy. That's easy, So that's going to be the challenge. So good luck with that. What do we have for time? Are we
10:13.
10:13. Okay, so
all right. Well, we'll move right along here.
Yeah, why don't you move right along? If you have any comments about that, or if you've noticed any way that you've been affected, please comment on this video. Because we'd love to talk about it, and we can definitely bring it up in next week's video if it is something that you'd like us to continue to inform you about and to talk about. So with that being said, we'll move right along. Let's hit yours, and then we'll finish up. How about?
All right. So my last topic is going to talk about how Apple is really sticking toward their New Year's resolutions. So Apple has a war against cookies right now. And no, I don't mean chocolate chip or oatmeal. I mean a cookie as in... See what I did?
I think Ashley's eyes just rolled to the back of her head.
I know. I'm cheesy. It's who I am as a person. So Apple has this feature that's like an intelligent tracking prevention that has built within its devices. So this feature and program allows advertisers and site owners to track across domains. So that's what a cookie is. Like with a cookie, if you get cookie, advertisers can show you ads on keymedia.com, anywhere that you've been if you visited their storefront website. So what Apple's going to do is they're going to allow you to get cookie and serve ads for the first 24 hours. After that, that cookie no longer will be able to show you ads based off of whatever it is that website you went to for 30 days. The only way you'll be able to continue to see ads from somebody who's cookied you in a remarketing campaign is if you go back to the original website that cookied you. If you don't do that within 30 days, the cookie gets deleted, and then you have to start your remarketing campaign over again.
Makes sense.
So marketers are going to watch how their reach is affected, kind of like with the Facebook thing. If you aren't seeing that you're getting the impressions or the traffic anymore from your remarketing campaigns, this is probably why. You have to just think about how can we get them back to our website so we can continue showing them messages and continue that conversation.
I think it kind of makes sense. Honestly, I think with a remarketing campaign, if you cookie someone and then I think 30 days is enough time to. I think your remarketing ads should work in 30 days.
Yeah.
At least to get them back to the website within that 30 days. I'm not saying make a purchase in that 30 days, but if you're remarketing somebody and they don't come back to your website after 30 days of sending them remarketing ads,
you probably got the wrong person.
yeah, that's kind of what I think. I don't know. What do you think? Would you agree with that, or would you say no?
No, I agree with that. It's also all just about increasing the user experience. Like this is Google's and Apple's now main focus: increase the user experience. And with that, I think that kind of explains why Google has a recent push for marketers and advertisers to get away from that last click attribution and more toward that linear.
Yeah.
So have remarketing be a part of why somebody converts from your website, not the last thing.
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yeah. So Apple is trying to steal a page out of Google's book and just create a better user experience for everybody.
It's good. I think as long as that intention stays top of mind, I think it's good for anyone to think about like that.
For sure.
Cool.
Yeah, so you're going to wrap this thing up now?
Yep. I am going to skip my last topic because we are running a little bit long, and that's okay. If you would like to hear any of my creative content tips,
shoot him a DM.
shoot me a DM.
Slide in you.
Leave a comment. But for that being said, thank you very much. I'm Sam. That's T. It has been...
Sorry.
Ashley's just making noises. Thank you, everyone, for watching today. As always, we are here every Friday at 10 a.m. live on Facebook. You can also now check out our Instagram page, our Instagram profile.
Yeah,
whatever.
Page.
Check it out. Follow that. We post on that pretty much every Friday, and pretty good tips and tricks on that pretty frequently as well. So check out that. You can also check out all of our stuff on YouTube, past episodes on YouTube as well. I think that's it. I'm out. What do you want to say?
I hope you guys have a good weekend. I don't have much.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you next week.
Go eat a cookie.